In this section, which we call Your Say, we want to know what you have to say. We've got some of your replies to our question online when we asked, what's the best act that you have ever seen at Download? Now, we had quite a few responses to this.
We did. And do you know what? The one that sticks out the most is someone, I think, Jason Gray. He says Mode Step.
Ooh.
Do you know what? I get that. Because sometimes, whilst we all love our rock and metal music, sometimes chucking a sort of an act like Mode Step in and Chasing Status and even Diane Tward, it mixes it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think whilst it's all good that we are a rock and metal community and that's the way it should be, blah 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 blah. Now the times that are changing, having some sort of alternative music like that come in, alternative to the alternative, I suppose you could say. It's good to just mix things up. And he said, but for a group that were an out-of-place act, they put on an amazing show, which, again, I can imagine. And to be honest, I'd love to see the likes of Chasing Status ever come back.
Wow.
Or again, The Prodigy. Obviously, Keith Flint, God rest his soul and all that. But again, they are still making music.
Yeah.
So to have Prodigy come back, it would be an instant seller.
They are still making new music, and they've got new music on the way. They've teased a little bit on their socials, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Johnny Taylor says Linkin Park doing the Hybrid Theory album, and there's a lot of people agreeing with him on that. He says they were there a couple of years before as well, but the 2014 performance was amazing, and Chester was phenomenal. A lot of people agreeing with that. I wish I was there. I was there in 2013, but skipped 2014 for whatever reason. Didn't see them, and I'm absolutely gutted. Would have loved to see them.
That's probably the one act out of all the past lineups. Probably the one act top of the list that I do regret missing big time. Whether that's because obviously Chester is no longer with us or not, I don't think it is. Because that's one of my favourite albums as a teenager. So to be able to have seen that live would have been absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, I totally agree with Johnny. Linkin Park would have been a phenomenal show.
Oh, yeah.
Who else have we got here then? A lot of people saying Slipknot.
They're very popular, aren't they?
Whether that be 2009, 2015, or even recently 2019. They always put on a good show. I mean, when we last saw them, they were phenomenal. They were really, really good. Blasting out some of the old stuff, again, mixing the new stuff because they had a new album at the time. Yeah, I agree. Slipknot always do a good show for me.
Coots Britannia is looking into the future and saying the best act he's ever seen is Ghost in 2023. So I'm not sure if he knows something we don't, or if he's a genuine time traveller, but that's his his favourite.
Honestly, I think Dave, if he were here, would totally agree with that.
Yes, he would.
I mean, if we were on the subject of future headliners, again, Andy Coppin has mentioned Ghost in passing a lot. It's the same with the Architects, the same with Parkway Drive, and same with Bring Me the Horizon. Those sort of acts, the younger acts. I say younger; they're probably all same age as me and you, Neil. And they
early 20s.
Yeah. No, I turn 21 next week. Yeah, and that sort of band, Ghost, they would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
and I look forward to the day that they are announced as headliners.
Paul Thornley says for entertainment and surprise factor, Lounge Kittens. Have you seen them?
I've only seen I've only seen your videos of them that you posted on YouTube, and I listened to them prior to the festival. They are very interesting, and actually I can imagine them being very entertaining. The reason I missed them, I believe they clashed with somebody else that I wanted to see. Yeah. But oh hell yeah, they look like they could put on a good show, because obviously they're doing a cappella, well, piano and a cappella, towards loads and loads of covers.
It's upbeat versions of metal tracks. It is, and it's comedy. It's so good. They're brilliant. And really, it's, as Paul says, for entertainment and surprise factor. If you do get the chance to go and see them, honestly, they're worth. I stayed for the whole set. They are great. Actually, they've got a few albums of metal covers on Spotify and other places. So give them a listen.
I've got Kevin Smith here. Said The Darkness in 2015, which I can vouch for.
Oh, did you see them?
I did. They were the surprise act of the weekend. They were on the third stage, and they were brilliant. I don't think I'll be catching them in 2022. There's a lot of bands on the same day that they're going to clash with. Big name bands for me. Obviously, I think they may clash with Korn.
Well, you're never going to see them then, are you?
Exactly. But I can definitely vouch. Darkness in 2015 surprise set. That was a lot of fun, and it was that sort of fun that made me think, I'm going to go download every year. This is amazing.
Chris Goodrum says Metallica 2006, all Master of Puppets album class. I would like, if they were headlining in the future, I would definitely go and watch them. I'm not sure that I'd go and pay for a concert ticket, because you're looking at hundreds of pounds just to see Metallica. But if they were headlining, I'd go and watch them. They've become
that band that, again, they can demand whatever money wherever they go.
Oh yes.
So I mean, for festivals probably can't afford to do it anymore, because they can demand whatever they want. So they'll probably do a stadium tour, and obviously Dave would be able to vouch for Metallica that evening at the Twickenham a few years ago were phenomenal. Yeah, if they'd headline Download, I'd be right up the front to see them.
Yeah. Can you imagine the atmosphere in the crowd? It would be amazing.
Oh yeah, exactly. You'd have the what they called the denim jacket brigade would be in full swing.
They would. And lastly, Ross Dunn says combo between Avenged Sevenfold and The Offspring. Seen the best songs of both bands that year.
Avenged Sevenfold, again, they're a headliner that, again, are always quite popular. For me, I don't like being negative about bands, but again, Avenged Sevenfold have never been one that have obviously tickled me pickle.
And you like your pickle tickled?
Oh, don't we all?
Yes.
But The Offspring, though, if they're on the 2022 lineup, which they are touring the festival circuit in 2022, because they were supposed to be doing it in 2020. If they're on the lineup, I'm going to go fucking mad, because they're one band I'd love to see, because again, that sort of pop punk rock was a lot of my teenage years.
Oh yeah, I would love to see them. I would be going mad. Yeah, so that is your say. Now, if you've got anything to add on that subject of what's the best act you've ever seen at Download, go onto our socials, find the little box that asks the question, and add in your thoughts as well. That's it for this episode. We'll be back soon, and we'll report back on how the Download pilot went. But until then, we will see you on our socials. Just look for FestPod, or go to festpod.co.uk to listen to the other guides and send us a message. And why not give us a review wherever you found us? We would love to see what you've got to say about us. That's it. We'll catch you next time. Bye. A Wilco Productions podcast.
Tickled me pickle.